I am sure you are aware, coming soon to an environment near you is another update to Dynamics 365. And I'm going to focus this from much more of a user perspective compared to the other three speakers that we've had, all of whom are probably significantly more technical than me. Anybody who has been playing in the Dynamics space for any amount of time will know that the Dynamics release cadence has changed and changed quite rapidly. It took a year for Microsoft to get from 1.0 to 1.2. Then it took a further 2 years to get to the next version, which was 3, not 2. Then we had a number of 2 or 3 year release cycles. Why did I bring that up? Microsoft is now operating on a 6-month release cycle or release cadence. And it's not even a genuine 6-monthly release cadence. The current release looks more like this, where we have got changes upon changes upon changes. And if you look at any of the current documentation, you will see that pretty much every fortnight, and sometimes even more frequently, we are getting changes. Why am I raising this? The reason that I am raising this is while we as technical experts who know this product and have been using this product for some time, and in my case for 17 years, many people in our teams will find all of this constant change really, really scary. We need to be very aware of that and remember how it feels to be a user of this product, a user who has a job to do, and that job rarely involves playing with technology. It involves doing whatever their job might be. And we need to remember that it's our responsibility as advisors and consultants to our clients, therefore, to be across those changes and to guide our clients through them. We don't want our end users or the managers that we speak to looking or feeling like these two people in the slide. So what should we expect in this current update? At a high level, there seems to be a change towards the solution being much more an application that just works with minimal change, whereas way back when it was pretty much a development platform. There was almost nobody in CRM 1, 1.2, 3, 4, even 2011 who deployed the application and did a little bit around the edge. Whereas now that is pretty much what we can do. As we've heard from people earlier, even the automation, the Power Automate, is moving very much towards low code and no code. So the overall approach is that power users who take the time and put in the effort to understand the application can make changes and make it a closer fit to a particular business requirement. This means that as advisors to our client, we have a massive responsibility to know what is already there. And of course, that's not already there last release or earlier. That is what's already there and what is coming. So what in the next couple of weeks, couple of months is coming to our client or clients' environment that we can then use to give them more business value. In this release, as far as the CE application is concerned, there are changes pretty much across the board. However, they are smaller changes. There is pretty much nothing that is really going to pull the rug out from under anyone, but they can still confuse users. So overall, at a very high level, what are we getting? We're getting time saving. We're getting a lot more business intelligence, and we're getting a lot more use of the mobile. So we've got time saving for team members in lots and lots of ways, a lot more intelligence from that data, and a lot more functionality automatically available on the mobile for people who are out of the office. And of course, being in the office for a lot of people is becoming more and more of a rarity. As we've already heard, we are also getting improved automation, far easier access to insights from the data. So it's all very well asking users to put data in. What are we giving them in return? And these improvements in analysis and insights are value to the users. We're also getting other bits and pieces of changes, and I will go through them fairly quickly with you. In the sales module, which is where many projects start, there are relatively few changes. There are lots and lots of changes around the edge of the sales module, but within hardcore sales, the main change is an enhanced experience for adding product lines. And I must admit, I've had so many complaints about the number of clicks and the difficulty and this and that of the whole product catalogue. I could tell you some real horror stories of what people have done to get round that. Once this new deployment or this new functionality is there, we will have a running total as we add further lines to our opportunities, quotes, orders, and invoice. We also get, similar to how Alina mentioned, an improved search for products, which has got to be good for time-poor salespeople. As well as that, there are a lot of changes in things that sit around Dynamics. So we've now got a closer working, if you like, between Microsoft Teams and Dynamics. So these two are becoming almost people, whether you're in Teams or in Dynamics, you almost don't know the difference. It's getting similar with Outlook. So you can be within Outlook, but updating Dynamics. And while that has existed pretty much for forever, it is getting a closer and closer knit. So whereas previously I might have said the Outlook CRM, Outlook Dynamics link was like hand and glove, I think it's now going as far as almost a second skin. And this is what you would expect, since Dynamics 365 is a CRM product, so it's all about the customer relationship. So that's largely what we are getting in the sales app. In the marketing app, Dynamics 365 Marketing, what we are getting is a lot more improved personalization. So we can reach more deeply into that data that we've got about our prospects and possibly even our clients, and use that in the communication with those people. We're also getting more channels that we can communicate with. Now we can send SMSs from Dynamics Marketing to pretty much any mobile phone. We've also got the ability to deliver push notifications to Android and iOS apps. So that's the sort of thing where somebody might be in a shopping centre. You've picked up their location, so you know where they are, and you're able to send them a notification that there is a discount, or maybe send them a voucher to get a discount if they purchase now, when you know they are in the immediate area. The emails, and of course emails are a big part of marketing automation. Emails are now more powerful, and the editors available to them, or editors available to create them, are easier to use. So again, it is back to, as I mentioned a moment ago, this is an application that we can just roll out and users with some training can use. A big change for Dynamics 365 marketing is customer journeys can now target leads as well as contacts. And for anyone on this call who is looking to do the Dynamics 365 marketing exam, that is a big exam alert, because the right answer up until the exam picks up these changes will be that customer journeys are contacts only. Once the exam picks up these changes, the right answer to that sort of question will be contacts and leads. As we've seen elsewhere, we're also getting more dashboards, and dashboards that go deeper into the data. And that, of course, enables you to improve your results. So that's what we're getting from marketing. The final part, of course, is customer service. And we've got a similar sort of set of changes for customer service. Where I wanted to focus was on what has been deprecated, because the deprecations are the things that can really bite us in the bum if we are not aware of them. So just running through these pretty quickly. The low density header is one of the things that fairly soon will not work. If you've got any of those low density headers, they will be converted to high density automatically. Form footers, they apparently do not meet WCAG 2.0, and so if you are using form footers on any of your forms, you need to move any key fields off those footers. There's also, and this surprised me, a removal of some of the newish model-driven app controls. Other things that are going, email router. That shouldn't come as a surprise to anyone, but if you are still using email router, please migrate to server-side sync ASAP. The Windows app is going. Removal of support for IE 11. The Dynamics 365 Outlook client, the COM add-in. We should, of course, by now all be using the app. Contracts, which were one of the things in CRM 1.0, they will be fully replaced by entitlements. Standard SLAs, if you've got any standard SLAs in what you're delivering, they all need to be changed to enhanced. Service scheduling, again, is completely gone, and that should be replaced with universal resource scheduling. And the final thing, again from customer service, is knowledge base and its associated articles also is going permanently to be replaced, or it has been replaced by knowledge articles. Now you might be sitting there being fairly complacent thinking, yeah, I'll get to it. Well, if you're thinking you'll get to it, you're pretty much too late. Many of these changes will start appearing in an environment near you from today or tomorrow. So if you haven't dealt with any of those points that I've said are deprecated, you really do need to move. And then just to finish, I wanted to make this comment. Many of us will have heard from Charles Darwin that it's not the strongest of the species that survives, nor is it the most intelligent. It is the one that is most adaptable to change. And that is something that we can interpret in a number of different ways. If our implementation is not able to change with all of this that's happening, we are going to have problems. We will have problems with users and problems more generally with the project. As I said earlier, as advisors, we should be across those changes and how we need to navigate them and manage them. That is our job, and that's what we need to do to help our clients. As always with Microsoft, there is an awful lot of information and there is a lot that you can read. What I have done for you is pull together this list of references, and the one I really think you should read is that one at the bottom that I've highlighted. That is about 380 pages. I've given you a very, very brief summary of it, and some of those other links will also give you a higher level summary. But the gospel is that highlighted one. And if there is anyone that does not yet know me, please do feel free to reach out or to connect with me. And I will now hand back to you, Abby.